Jacob, people keep saying reality is subjective, especially in Sufi circles. I just don't get it. Isn't reality the same for everyone?
It seems simple, doesn't it? But Sufis say reality is like a jewel with many faces. What we see depends on where we stand.
How can that be? If we're both looking at a rose, we both see a rose.
Yes, but notice how we each experience it. A gardener sees his hard work, a poet sees a symbol of love, a bee sees food, and a child sees a toy. The rose remains, but each perspective is different.
So, reality depends on how we look at things?
Exactly. The Sufis speak of the outer form, what our eyes see, and the inner meaning, what our hearts and minds bring to it. Our experiences, feelings, even our hopes color what we see.
But doesn't that make things uncertain? How can we agree on anything?
That's where humility comes in. Sufis use stories to show this. Like the tale of several blind men touching an elephant. One feels a leg and says it's a tree, another grabs the trunk and says it's a snake. Each is certain, yet none sees the whole.
So everyone's a bit right and a bit wrong?
Yes. Each view is true from one angle, but the whole truth is larger than any single perspective. Sufis remind us, don't cling too tightly to your own version of reality.
But is there an ultimate truth?
Sufis say there is God, or the ultimate reality. But while we're here, we only see reflections, like the moon in many ponds. The moon is one, but every pond reflects it differently.
If reality is so personal, does it help us with pain or suffering?
It does. Much of our pain comes from how we see things. For example, if two people lose a job, one might see it as disaster, another as a fresh start. The event is the same, but the reality each lives is not.
So we can change our reality by changing ourselves?
That's a key Sufi teaching. When we polish the mirror of the heart, removing pride, fear, and anger, we begin to see the world more clearly, with more compassion.
But some things are just wrong, like injustice. Isn't that real for everyone?
True, injustice is real and must not be ignored. But even here, how we respond can be transformed. Sufis try to meet pain with understanding, not just bitterness. They seek the lesson or the light hidden inside suffering.
Is that why Sufis love stories and parables?
Yes. Stories loosen our fixed ideas. They invite us to imagine new perspectives. Rumi, Adder, and others use stories to help us see beyond our usual way of thinking.
Can you give me a simple example?
Certainly. A wise woman met two travelers. One said, "This city is unfriendly." The other said, "I've made new friends here." She replied, "You've both met yourselves. The world reflects what's within us."
So, the outer world is like a mirror?
Precisely. The heart is the painter, and the world the canvas. As we change, what we see changes.
Is it possible to see reality as it truly is?
That's the journey. Sufis seek to remove the veil to see with the eyes of love and unity, not just the eyes of the ego. But it's a lifelong path. Each day, we can see a little more clearly.
Jacob, do you ever feel unsure of what's real?
Often. But confusion is a teacher. When we're uncertain, we can become curious instead of afraid. That's when reality expands for us.
So surrender means letting go of the need to control reality?
Yes. It's trusting that the world is vast, and our view is always partial. Surrender opens us to learning from every moment.
So, reality is like a song, everyone hears it their own way?
Beautifully said. Each of us brings our note, and together we create the music of life. That's the heart of the path, not to escape reality, but to welcome it fully, with an open mind and heart.